On the morning of 9/11/2001, photographer Tom Franklin, then on staff at the Bergen Record, was on the waterfront across from the burning skyline of Lower Manhattan.
It was a very dramatic scene. So it was this incredibly surreal scene of the tower on fire, smoke trailing off into the sky, and this ginormous tower, that just came crumbling down, and we could see it from our side, and that was just beyond believable. It was crazy. There were people running down the street. There were cars going the wrong way down the streets. It was very chaotic.
As Lower Manhattan evacuated, Franklin crossed the river and headed for Ground Zero.
I braced myself, and I reminded myself about what my job was. My job was to make pictures and to tell the story of what happened. And I was very aware of the importance of what I was doing and my role as a journalist that day. This picture is a photograph that I had made as I had walked into Ground Zero. And in this photograph you can see these two firemen in a bucket spraying what looks to be like an insignificant amount of water on an incredible fire. And you can see the skeletal remains of one of the towers in the background, and it's really kind of eerie. The firemen look so small and helpless in this picture. It was unreal. I mean, there was virtually no color anywhere, just this white powder. There was dust in the air. It covered my lens, it got in my eyes, it was crazy. That is West Street, which is commonly referred to as the West Side Highway. I always call it the West Side Highway. And all the wreckage from the World Trade Center that had just collapsed straight down was in a big pile that covered the whole roadway there. It's a pretty tough picture to grasp. I mean, that's just such a vast area, and the amount of wreckage and steel beams and debris is just enormous. For about 3 hours I was making pictures all around the wreckage of the World Trade Center. And around 5 o'clock the search and rescue ended because World Trade Center building number 7, they were anticipating that building was going to collapse. The search and rescue effort of Ground Zero stopped. Everybody left that area, and it was during that time that the firemen took the opportunity to raise that flag. Firemen frequently, will come up to me if they recognize me and tell me what that picture means to them. And that, I think, is really one of the really special things about that picture, because they were the real soldiers in this story, and their loss cannot be measured. And the fact that they connect with my picture really, I think, is a really nice thing. The picture is a very bittersweet thing for me. I'm very proud of the picture. The picture has raised over $10 million between the stamp and other charitable uses. So I'm very proud of that. But the picture is a very, very bittersweet thing. I mean, that's a very hard day. It's a very bad day in our history. When I go back and think about the events of that day, it really, tugs on me emotionally.